Alright, as always, stick around until the end for the stats and the cards. This is war number 8. We're up against, we think it's an Asian alliance. No disrespect to you guys if we're off on that, but it certainly appears to be. So anyway, in Section 1, I'm going to be on Path 9. I've been taking this path quite a bit this season. But Vision Aarkus and Nova, champs like that are pretty common on Path 9 in Section 1, and I've got a rank 3 Clairvoyant. And then in Section 2, I'm going to be taking Path 6, which has Rage and the Prowess node where Apocalypse is. I've been taking that one quite a bit this season too. So my most reliable attackers this season have definitely been Magik, Quake, and Clairvoyant, the ladies. And here, I mean, the strategy with Vision Aarkus on this path, regardless of the node, whether it's node 8 or not, node 9 or node 18, is just to basically kind of wait out this first phase. Underneath Vision Aarkus's health bar, you guys will see that little flame timer there, and once it turns, it's a 9-second timer, and once it turns to poison, then with Claire you can just go full combo into light attack to switch to your poison curse, which will give you poison immunity. Here I'm throwing an SP3 just to empty out my power here, and then in another 7 to 9 seconds here, once that poison timer changes back to incinerate, I'll want to go full combo into light attack to switch to the incinerate curse. You guys will see, and I'll gain that incinerate immunity, and then I'm just going to throw off another special. For this war and for the last time that I took this path, I'm running 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion, and that's why I keep overshooting my SP2. And if I didn't overshoot my SP2, especially in the Incinerate Curse, my SP2 would probably one-shot him from 60 to 70% health, depending on how boosted I was, and if I had suicides on. So if you guys are using Clairvoyant and you've got an Aarkus on this path or a Nova, I might suggest maybe topping your Mystic Dispersion off at maybe only 3 out of 5. I just feel like that might be the best build for this path, especially on this fight in particular. You guys see that I almost instantly shot up to an SP3. It's because this one has the resists, that alternating resist, physical and energy, and I just keep you guys see energy resist. I just keep eating those with Mystic Dispersion and my Clairvoyance charges. So anyway, Claire totally wrecks this path if the matchups are friendly to her, and if they can be quaked, then you just quake that path. If they can be ghosted, then you just ghost it. But here you guys see up at the top by my avatar, I'm going to pause it here, 31, I have 0 points in the attack or the offense mastery tree, 0. So I've got absolutely no attack masteries on here, no boost whatsoever. And the reason is this is Rage, obviously. And Emma Frost has a relatively low health pool. This is a 5-star, so I just have to be careful here. I do need to use my pre-fight here because otherwise in Diamond form she's immune to Incinerate, but she is not immune to Nova Flames. Nobody in the game is immune to Nova Flames, including Torch himself. So this fight, this is the only fight that I'm using Torch for. I just want to be super safe. I'm not really concerned about the block damage. I will say that the block damage in this fight ends up being significantly more than I expected. And I am going to be blocking all of her special attacks because, number one, she is a defensive champ, so she will benefit from Stubborn, and if I dex it, it'll just be one more thing that I have to worry about. The other thing is it helps me build my Smolders because their energy attacks or specials. Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna block this stuff. You guys can see, I mean, I've lost quite a bit of health, but yeah, overall pretty safe. I'm just kind of slow playing this, and I'm just emptying out my damage to build, or emptying out my power on SP1s to build Smolders. If I throw an SB2, that'll probably trigger rage. So not really a good idea to throw your SB2. So here I'm going to go back in and add back my attack masteries, and I'm doing my standard Magik build. I want to go 9 out of 9 and greater strength to give me that extra attack, and I want as much crit as possible. I don't care about the crit damage. And then I like to do 2 out of 3 in recoil with Magik, and 3 out of 3 in double edge, 0 in liquid courage, because poison hinders the amount of healing that you can do by 30%. And here I chose not to use a Power Start 1 boost. This node does have Power Focus 2, and it has the Aggression Prowess. So this is pretty good placement for Apocalypse. I think that Magik is a really safe option here. But you guys can see it's very easy for him to build up Prowess on this node. And I mean, you guys can just see the block damage that he does with his special attacks. So it is good placement. Ideally, you would have a Power Start 1 boost with Magik, and he never gets to a special. You can certainly play it that way. A few wars ago, I think at some point earlier this season, I took this fight with Magik and a Power Start 1 boost. But I knew that if I slow played it, I could get up to an SB2 without using a Power Start 1 boost, and I'm pretty low on those. And I've been using Magik quite a bit this season, so I want to preserve those. And this was my last fight of the war. So you guys can see, I mean, once you get to an SB2 with Magik, unless you screw up, the fight is done. So that is it for me. Just 4 fights. Really brief one, but we won this war. We had a decent clear in BG3. We died 3 times, as you guys will see here, which is higher than our average as a battle group. But we had 1 fight where we lost 2 attack bonuses, a really tough fight too. So another change that I'm making from here on out through the rest of the season is I'm not going to do the animated stats. It just takes me way too long. Here are the fights that I took this war. You guys can see the node difficulty. And then I'm just going to highlight with a nice green font coloring the champs that I used that I increased their stats for the season. So that is it. Here are the cards: Bryn in BG2 with the silver, FaZe in BG1 with the gold, and Lags with the platinum. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like and a comment. I'll see you in the next video.